Welcome to the Palm Beach Casino in the heart of London for the Party Poker World Open 6. 48 of the most exciting, successful, and talented poker players in the world have come here for a share of the nearly $500,000 in prize money. This year, 6 heats play out, and we're already 1 down. Tonight, Heat 2 concludes, and we find out who will be sitting at our final table, who goes into the runners-up heat, and who goes home with nothing. But first, let's have a look at what's happened so far.
All good friends, but it's dog eat dog on the green felt here.
All right, this is to punish you for not check folding.
Big smile from Roland the Wolfe.
Good way down, Josh. Excellent way down.
Gould looks like he's been hit by a freight train.
You saw what happened to Brandon when he didn't listen. I asked you very nicely to fold. You must be extremely qualified.
Unbelievable. It's an ace and a queen.
Well, I cannot outplay you, but occasionally I can maybe outflop you. I knew it. I knew you were trapping.
I can't risk going bust because I got to get even.
All in.
Cantu has him dominated, ace queen versus ace 10. Josh Gould going to be our 8th place finisher here.
Have a look at the stacks on the table. Andrew Robl, chip leader and in charge. He put the hurt on Tom Dwan, who's the short stack now. Others have plenty of chips, but will need to get moving as the blinds go up. Thrilled to be joined by Poker Hall of Famer Mike Sexton for what's been a very fun heat.
Raise to 15,000 total.
Okay. Go ready, 10K? Huh? Go ready, making 56.
Pass.
I told you it's a new bottom. Look at all the respect it gets. Check fold again.
Hi, Tracy. How are you? That looks
Well, a
really
7
good.
comes right on the flop.
Oh my God.
A 10 comes on the flop as well. So Robl's flop top pair with the nut flush draw. Cantu has bottom pair.
You might get that 100% free roll.
That's so good you look back twice. Nah, I must have imagined it.
Yep.
But I really have the ace of diamonds in the top pair. I must be dreaming.
Well, chances are whatever money Cantu puts in this pot is going to be going to the stack of Robl. He checks.
I just said this way.
Now, does that smell fishy to you? Now an ace comes off. Well, this could definitely get Cantu in serious trouble.
I mean,
He's got aces and 7s. Robl's got aces and 10s and the nut flush draw.
what a perfect card on the turn for Robl.
That is most definitely my card. Most definitely my turn card.
And Cantu has checked this here.
2,000.
I mean, has he checked to raise?
Yes, he has. I believe he is going to raise it here.
Remember, I opened under the gun.
Well, Robl's talking loud and clear, but is he going to give him a raise or just called?
Raised to 51,000.
Yep, he's got it raised.
Oh, you say I don't care.
That's a bit of an own, isn't it?
Now, because of those 3 diamonds out there, I know Robl's got the ace of diamonds, Mike, but there's some powerful possibilities out there.
If he raises here, there is a chance Cantu could get scared out of this pot.
They have a lot of money there.
And he's just called.
Good play.
I like this play by Robl.
Yes.
I don't think he's even going to be afraid if a 9 or a jack comes off, for example. Your opponent's not going to bet there. The perfect river card, the 3 of spade. Cantu could get himself in serious trouble here.
But the other prince has more than pack.
Well, Robl has played this hand absolutely flawlessly, and he's going to reap the benefits of
Pack
it.
can lose a million on roulette.
77,000.
Well, he's only called. Still afraid of a straight or a flush. Cantu's going to be shocked when he gets called and loses this pot, but that is the case.
It was your turn.
That's frustration on Brandon's face. That was a weird hand, and he got scuppered.
But another big pot to Robl.
Nice.
Does it ruin all my good work if I start eating biscuits?
Now it's folded around to Dwan. He's out as well.
It's pretty good as well. They're a lot better than Vic biscuits.
Well, Cantu looks down at the 6-10 of hearts. He's got money in the blind, so that means count me in.
Playing recently, but the games here,
Brace,
like they're
18,000
5-10
total.
most of the early game runs, but it's really easy.
What can you make average? Like, make it easy a couple of grand a night? Or?
Yeah, like, I don't know, I reckon it's like 250 an hour.
Small blind, big blind, and Robl, he's really feeling the adrenaline, I think, all of a sudden. It's going quite well.
Well, indeed it
It's
is.
like really low variance as well because all the regs are just old nits.
You deserve to get one, but I'm still rooting against you. Still rooting against you.
Some people, like,
Let's come
seen a lot of my friends.
8-5-5.
You might want to look at that flop.
No help to either player. Continuation bet coming up
22
for
done.
Cantu. And now what do you do with the ace-7 here? This is where poker gets tricky,
Happy for you,
folks.
you know that.
You know the guy just robs and robs and robs,
More of those.
yet you really have nothing but just the ace-high.
He's underrepresented his hand too much to just fold there. He's going to let Brandon have another crack at it. He has played Brandon quite well so far.
Well, he has, and what a call that is with just ace-high. Now a king comes off. If Brandon can continue to put the pressure on this guy,
Check.
will he wilt? Well, Brandon is checked. Just afraid to go any farther with this hand.
I use too much in the casino.
Just from the games.
Robl checks right behind him.
There's 80K in here.
He's going to hope the ace-high holds up and that it gets checked down. Well, another 5 comes off. Well, now I don't see Robl going anywhere. He's going to play 3 5s with an ace-king kicker. Cantu has to have a full house.
And if Brandon does bet here, I mean, what story is he trying to tell? I think he's just bet that right there to take Robl off some kind of hand like the jack high. I mean, I can't think of anything else.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. A $15,000 bet into a pot. It's got nearly 100,000 in it. Well, he's going to call there. Why give away 15,000 if you're going to take a stab at it? Bet some money. Very strange river bet there.
Familiar face on the poker scene, Andrew. He parties hard, but he works hard, too.
I think one of the reasons I'm so successful at poker is because I love playing poker. I've dedicated a lot of time to it, probably more time than I have anything else in my life over the past 5 years. I like to play cash games because the stacks are much deeper, the play is much more interesting, and you can make more money on a day-to-day basis than you can playing tournaments. I think the best cash game players in the world have the greatest income of anyone in poker, even more so than the best tournament players. You play like high-stakes cash games. It's very up and down. I've had days where I've won $500,000, days I've lost $500,000. Most of the days I've lost $500,000 have been captured on TV, so I shared that with the world. But it's just you have to, show more winning sessions than you do losing sessions to stay in the black and be able to keep living this lifestyle. I'm so blessed to play poker for a living. I live in Las Vegas. And all of my best friends live in Vegas. We're all professional poker players, and we all have a lot of free time, some disposable income, so we like to go out and party in Vegas, go out to nice dinners, nightclubs, pop a few bottles.
Welcome back to the Palm Beach Casino in London, where this exciting heat continues for the Party Poker World Open 6. Let's get back to the action.
Would you have called 57 or whatever?
Well, this is the last hand of the level. Lines will go to 5 and 10,000. And Andrew Robl just all going his way of late.
Brace, 14,000 total.
Dragan Galic is not having the same experience at this
I'm
table.
gonna have to come back tomorrow.
Well, we see some really, really terrific plays by these guys, but also, once in a while, some questionable plays.
14 total.
Brandon Cantu now down saying, where did all it go? He's got a 350 left. He started with 300, was up to nearly 6. And I'll tell you where they went. To your left, son, Andrew Robl.
170. Let me know, please. 180 behind you. Oh, you're 180.
Oh, it's come 5-5-6.
Wow, what a comeback.
Look at this flop for Cantu. He's flopped a full house.
46 or 30?
I mean, this guy in the big blind is a terror.
My favorite too.
Well, the continuation bet by Dragan there. It's going to be a crying call here by Cantu.
What's up, Peter?
He's going to want him to hit something here. Dragan better hope he doesn't hit an ace or a 10 here, and he's hit the 10.
Over.
Well, this could spell doom for the Dragan.
So over.
46 or 36?
I think his fire is going to go out right here, right now.
34,000.
Well, he's bet 35,000. I think he actually wants Cantu to call here, believe it or not.
Okay, we're off now.
And he's just called again by Cantu. Well, Cantu's going to give him a chance to hit that king or queen or ace in case he's got that. Well, an 8 comes up.
Now Brandon might just shove him here.
Check.
No. Oh, he's going to let Dragan hang himself.
Well, I think you have to bet here if you're Dragan. It's just tapioca pudding for him, that's all. He bet on the flop, the guy called. He bet on the turn, the guy called. And Dragan was smart enough to check on the river. He checked the 2 10s.
Wow.
He's still alive.
Wow.
When by all rights, he should be walking out the door.
Wow. Dragan, how'd you stay alive?
It's better to bet in that spot.
Third level in the books, and when the blinds go to 5 and 10,000, Andrew Robl's in great shape. So is Brandon Cantu. The others may have a little to worry about. Galic and Dwan are down to 1 move and 1 move alone. Roland to Wolfe, great tournament player, but you know, lately I think he's been playing more cash games around the UK scene. Says he's not sure if he's got the focus for a tournament. Here's Dwan, all in.
Well, Dwan got the 7-11,
I think it's 59.
but it's not going to bode well for him here.
Hijack shoving range now than when I made my nitty fold.
Ace something.
That's right.
Is it ace baby? It is.
Well, it's 8-6.
59.
He's looking at the 2 blind hands too. Well, he knows the Dragan can't hurt him too bad. Felipe doesn't ever seem to play a pot. Wow, what a lay down there.
Yeah.
What kind of vibes are those?
Just Ramos between Dwan.
Unbelievable. Just the guy you thought would fold for sure, and he picks up ace king of hearts.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Escaped. High five.
Well, at least Dwan's got live cards.
Oh, a pound. Pound.
But how did Robl fold the ace high there against Dwan?
Yeah.
Well, a jack will no longer help Tom Dwan. He's got to get a 7 to win this pot now, and he knows it. That's why he's laughing.
Hoping you'd sleep that.
There's a 4. Now the 7 of hearts won't even win for
Oh man, it's getting worse.
Unbelievable. He's got 2 outs. He's got to catch a 7 that's not a heart. Doesn't do it. Tom Dwan is done for tonight.
Ramos had him tied up about as much as you could there with no pair. And for Tom Dwan, always exciting to watch Durr. I have to say, Mike, I think he played an awesome game.
Well, he really did. Even played great on the short stack when he had it.
And the table heaves a sigh of relief as short stack Tom Dwan is finally dispatched. Let's get his reaction to the game.
I lost a big pot to my buddy Andrew Robl pretty early, and was pretty low stacked from there, and just pretty low the whole way through, and couldn't really build it back up. I won a few lucky coin flips, took down a few pots, and was up to like maybe 140 or so, but the blinds were really high and lost a few hands and was out.
Big mistake.
It's okay.
Especially in this format, you cannot afford mistakes like this.
Well, this game's gone six-handed now. Two players out, and you know, there's quite a bit of play in the bigger and medium stacks. Average stack right now, 400,000. Blind on blind, small blind on big, and both players have playable hands. Mitchell's is better.
That's nice.
Race 22 total.
Roland's limped, and James Mitchell's just kind of tickled it up to 22,000. A funny little bet. Was a bet that was encouraged to get called. Look at this!
Oh my gosh, what a flop for the Wolfe. He's flopped the top two pair. Mitchell's flopped the top pair.
I think Mitchell's going broke here, Mike.
Well, it's going to be hard for him to get away from this hand.
27.
All Roland has to do is pull the trigger. He might feel like his hand is so strong, he's better off slow playing. How will he know?
Your opponent might have an ace-10 here too. Could even have a diamond draw. And if he's got ace-king or king-queen like this, you're going to win a big pot if you raise right here. Roland just calls. It's like you said, his hand is too big. If a queen comes off, he could lose this pot, but...
And there's a bunch of cards that could slow the action down.
There's one of them.
Mitchell definitely capable of getting his entire stack in on the flop.
Well,
now it's a different story.
That card might have saved him a lot of money.
I think when this all gets turned over, Roland is going to feel like he's missed a little value here now.
I got news for you. The guy might lay it down on the river. A flush has come out there as well. What two cards have come off? An ace and a diamond. Just the worst two cards you could see if you're sitting in Mitchell's seat. In truth, it's probably the best two cards you could see because it might save him his money.
Roland's checked on the river. Oh, now this is incredible. What has James Mitchell done there?
Well, he blew a gasket. That's what he's done. It's just absolutely unbelievable that he would bet there with two kings. He had a chance to get away from that hand completely. What's the guy going to pay him off with that can't beat that hand?
A very oddly played hand.
Roland doesn't look like he's missed a lot of meals, that's for sure.
He actually has lost quite a bit of weight lately.
I'm nobody to be criticizing anyone for missing meals, though. Okay, here comes Felipe. There's the hand he's been waiting on, folks. The two black aces.
25.
Well, he's got the first part of the equation right. Now he needs a patsy. Uh-oh.
I can't believe that James Mitchell picks on this guy. It's just amazing to me. He re-raised him with an ace-10 before and got burned, and now he's going to get burned again. James Mitchell just not paying attention to how tight this guy is. It's amazing to me.
Well, what I can't believe, Mike, because early on Mitchell played some brilliant hands. He played so well. He looked so focused. But I think the night just got late for him, and he just lost the plot a little bit there. And
he lost his mind is what he's lost.
Well, I'll tell you what he's lost. He's lost this tournament because that ace-8 has got no chance against the Bullets. It's the worst case scenario, and it's even worse now. He needs a draw to get a draw.
Doesn't get it. James Mitchell is going to be out.
Irish Open champion, an absolute ton of talent, and maybe, well, just a few bogeys tonight. Line 7 and 15,000, which puts Dragan Galic under 10 big blinds. The other guys are fine, and Ramos up to 600K. Robl still well on top.
I got quite a bad seat draw because I had like quite a few active players on my left, so I think I did well playing tight early, trying to pick my spots, and then later on I guess I should have been more patient. I kind of got a bit impatient and tried to make a few things happen and it didn't really work out.
Welcome back. This table getting a little more close quartered five-handed. And Felipe Ramos has now got chips.
Well, here he picks up 2 queens, so the cards are coming his way now. He's going to raise it again. This could spell trouble for Roland the Wolfe, as he's got 2 10s. Now, Roland does know how conservative this guy is, but that's the second pot in a row he's raised.
He raised all in.
And he's raising all in, and he is not going to like it. This could be tapioca pudding for Roland the Wolfe right here.
Pass.
It's end of days.
Pass. Pass.
Well, Felipe checking his mess kit again. He's going to call. Roland is not going to like that.
Quixie Day-I-O, there's the lady, and the Wolfe is in big trouble. Look at the size of this pot, $1 million.
Well, he's not dead yet because a king came off in a turn. If a jack comes on the river, Roland the Wolfe would make an ace-high straight and win this pot. Doesn't happen as the deuce comes off. Well, Roland had a little brain lock right there. Had Roland just called on the flop, he could have got away from that hand because an ace and a queen come out there.
I know all the people in the heat, and they can all play the game very competently, and no one's going to make really big mistakes. So it's if there's no real value in the competition. Everyone's a very solid player, and yeah, I have respect for their games, and I expected a tough fight, and I got one.
Roland's had a rough run in these televised formats of late, but 4 ways now, Mike, and things are going to pick up. You got to play more hands for sure.
Wow. Little surprise Dragan laid down an ace high with his chip count. Robl with the queen jack of diamonds. Pops it up a little bit. But Dragan must have known what he was doing. Because Brandon Cantu has an ace jack.
Should definitely play this pot. We've been having so much fun playing together on the show.
Cantu's got about 30 big blinds. Probably too much to get it all in pre-flop with the ace-jack, but probably not too far off.
Well, Brandon Cantu just calling here with the ace-jack, doesn't re-raise.
I definitely would suggest a check fold.
Well, the flop has come 8-7-4. Robl has flopped a flush draw here.
I continue.
35,000.
He says he continues. He's got reason to continue now because he's got a flush draw. Brandon Cantu.
Raised to 8,000.
It's not going to go well. I think Robl's shoving.
I asked you to fold.
Cantu will be folding now.
You should just listen to me. I've been telling you the truth the whole day.
So many things go right for Cantu, but they can go wrong sometimes as well.
Oh, I should have shoved free.
Well, he flopped the flush draw. Opting to go with it. Brandon Cantu had the right idea. Had he had queen jack of spade there, he was going to win that pot instead of lose it. As it is, it cost Brandon a lot of his chips.
I'm so qualified.
Well, Dragan beat
You weren't bluffing.
Andrew Robl into the pot, and Dragan's got some gamble. 10 high.
I'm ahead.
It's a nice 10 high, though.
You call me with 10 high? How can you call? You play so tight all day, and then you call all in with 10 high.
I think that's his Tony G impersonation. He's doing a pretty good one.
King, punish the 10 high call. Yes.
Well, a king right on the flop, but Dragan has got a two-way straight draw.
I can't look. Oh wait, nothing's came. I peeked.
You wouldn't begrudge him just one card, would you?
Well, he needs a queen or an 8. Uh-oh, the hood going on. I didn't know we had another one of those guys here. Well, Robl's made kings and 3s, but he's gone into hibernation there. Everybody over here in Europe mimics the Unabomber. Well, a 10 comes off. That's not going to do it. Dragan is going to be out in 4th place.
Good playing with you, man.
He's a good sport and a great player. He was just handcuffed in terms of chip count
My victor is
all
Scots.
day today at this final table.
Well, if he
Premature
feels like
celebration.
taking a very fast car out of here, don't worry, he's got one. 3-handed now, Mike. Blind still at 7 and 15,000. Robl has nearly as many chips as Ramos. There's not much between them.
Well, now he's picked up a hand. He's got 2 9s here.
Raise.
Going to raise it again.
I mean, he'll go with these, obviously, right?
He's going to go with him. Well, Robl's got the ace high.
400.
Tough decision. Wants to know how many chips he's got.
Oh,
Well, he's just going to call with the ace high. Felipe's got the 5-7 here, but a lot of money in the pot right now. Doesn't opt to take a hand off, though. So here we go. The 2 9s for Cantu.
You have position this hand to make up for all the times I've had position. It's balancing out.
check.
Yeah, what Robl has said, and Cantu said it, expressed it as well. Brandon can't seem to beat Andrew in a pot all evening long.
Well, a 10 comes off now. Another overcard to Brandon's hand. It does give him a straight draw, though.
50,000.
Well, that's part of the secret to Brandon's strategy here. Had he bet the flop, it was likely over his Vil. Now he's got Robl basically dumping money off to him.
Well, he's got a chance to win some more money if he makes a tough call, and he does make it. Robl not liking that. He doesn't peel off an ace here, and he did hit the ace on the river. Unbelievable bad luck for Brandon Cantu here. It shows you how good Robl is running.
And those are the apples and oranges of the whole thing.
Well,
Cantu could have shut that pot down anytime he wanted, Mike, but he went for more, and it's going to cost him.
Well, Robl's got a hand now he doesn't have to try to bluff with. Looks like he is really reaching for chips now. Well, Brandon Cantu has slow played himself into oblivion here.
He's hating life right now. Look at him, and he passed it. He hates life. He hates it.
Well,
Worst card in the deck.
unbelievable.
Did you hear him? He said, worst card in the deck. He knew exactly what Robl was up to.
I have 2 World Series of Poker bracelets, a World Poker Tour title, and also another second in a World Series event. And I had a deep run in the 2008 main event where I took 20th. When I won my first World Series of Poker bracelet, it was really exciting because it was the first tournament I ever entered. So it was a real rush, and I didn't know if I was good enough to be on that stage. Then when I won my second bracelet, I was kind of like, it verified everything. It verified how good I was. Not everyone can win 2, but anyone can win 1. I know how the other poker players perceive me. They perceive me as reckless. I have a very, very reckless image, that I'm unbluffable, and I'm just gonna go after every pot. Since people see me with such an aggressive image, I can use that to my favor because people don't try to bluff me as much. It's really a good thing when you know people aren't going to be making as many moves against you because people are scared of you, that you have no fear to just put it all in at any time. It'd mean a lot to win this event. I have not been yet on British TV, so this would be a huge, huge win for me.
Players have taken a short break
He's won
to
a lot
freshen
of
up,
tournaments. I've never
get
won
some new
anything. Just
clothes
winning a
on.
set and go would make me happy.
Although, I think Felipe Ramos has kept on his same lucky shirt. No wonder. It's been doing well for him so far. He does have the chip lead.
I'm going to raise.
But there's not much between himself and Robl. It's Cantu trailing in the 5-6 offsuit. Robl on the button, Mike.
Well, here's the hand Felipe's been waiting on and loves.
I think the chips are going to Brazil this hand.
Yeah.
I hope you play this hand, so I can teach all the Brazilian poker fans a lesson. Show them how to play some real poker.
And Robl continues to talk at this final table.
He does, and he's talked Ramos into calling.
You can fold. Americans already know how to play poker.
This is going to be a very interesting hand. We already know that Cantu can never resist a price like this. And the way he's looking at his chips, is the squeeze play on? If it is, he's going to get crushed.
If I flop this, I'm going to cry.
Well, if he says things like that, he's not going to play. Very surprised about that. That shows you how short in chips he's getting.
Maybe he smells a rat, but look, this is a flop that Robl might play aggressively.
Well, it's also a flop that Cantu would have played aggressively. Robo's flopped an open-end straight draw. Ramos with the overpair. I'll tell you, if Robl gets reckless here, he could do all his chips.
Wow. A donk bet. You know what type of players make donk bets?
As Robl's calling it out, he says, most people think that when you lead into a pot like this, you're weak. And if Robl raises here, this pot's, all the chips could go in.
This could spell doom for Robl here if he's not careful and doesn't get lucky.
I mean, Andrew Robl talks a loose game, but I think he's been pretty clever.
I do not believe you.
And this is a great call because it gives him a chance to break Ramos if the 3 or 8 comes.
Well, you're right about that. And the 3 has come off. Goodbye, Felipe. He won't be out if he loses all his chips, but he'll be on the doorsteps.
Mike, it's over, Rover.
It's unbelievable.
I don't think Felipe can ever pass this hand in this situation, do you?
No, no way. Nobody could. You have to put the guy on a set to throw this hand away. You're never going to put him on the straight. You wouldn't think he's going to raise with 6 high.
Bet again? What do you have? What do you have?
Robl doesn't really care what Ramos has because he's got the nuts.
Okay, I still don't believe you.
He's just calling.
Yes, and like you say, Mike, there's a bunch of cards that could freeze this action on the river and will save Ramos. That's one of them, as a matter of fact, because Ramos will consider that Robl could be calling him with a weak queen.
It's not the card that Felipe wanted to see here, even though it may save him a lot of his money.
Check.
And he is checked. But this could freeze Robl a little bit as well.
He's trying to find a number. He's trying to figure out what Felipe has.
Well,
He's pretty sure it's not 3 queens.
You're hoping he's got 3 queens. Just what you want him to have, where you're going to get paid off on the river. And he is going to bet. Let's see how much he's going to bet.
25,000.
That's a big bet.
325.
That's a big bet.
325,000 is the bet.
And when these hands all get shown, I don't see how Felipe can get away from this here, but when these hands do get shown, Mike, Felipe is going to have to.
And a call.
Well, he has made the call. You can't blame him for making the call. And he says straight, and Felipe can't believe it.
I told you I was going to teach other Brazilian poker fans a lesson. Told you to just fold.
If you see my hand, you'll see I played really good.
Felipe can actually pat himself on the back. Not only is he still in this, but he's still got double the chips at Cantu, well in to still make a shot at this.
Join us after the break when this exciting heat continues here at the Palm Beach Casino for the Party Poker World Open 6.
Welcome back to the World Open 6. Myself and the legend, Mike Sexton. Watching this three-handed action. Interested to see how Felipe Ramos rebounds. Now, he's got 25 big blinds, so he probably doesn't want to ship it all in.
Well, definitely going to play an ace suited in a short-handed game on the button. Well, Brandon Cantu could well ship it right here.
Felipe will be. I think Felipe will be calling this. It's not.
Well, I'm not sure about that. This is a tough decision for Felipe here. Very tough.
About 350.
In Felipe's mind, would Cantu be making this move with the face cards, 10 jack suited and the jack queens and the jack kings? Those are the kind of hands he would like to see. He's not far ahead, but he is ahead of those.
Well, you are right, Jesse. This is a tough decision, folks. No doubt about it. And actually a good chance that if he does make the call, it would end up in a split pot.
Queen jack.
Well, Queen King is the one hand he can beat where the guy would ship his chips.
Call.
Well, he's made the call. So Felipe has done it. Right now, Brandon Cantu out in front with the ace-6 of spade, but not out in front by much. There's a good chance this is going to be a split pot.
And for Felipe Ramos, if it's not going to come a 4, he says keep the cards high. Big cards will lean towards his split. For Cantu, though, chance to double up or get knocked.
Well, flop has come 10-6-3, a nightmare flop for Felipe. He's going to have to catch 2 runners to win this pot now. Not going to happen. He is drawing dead. So Felipe Ramos is getting shipwrecked here after coming to this final 3 position with a chip lead. He is now in the extreme short stack after back-to-back blows by both players. Now, just a moment ago, Felipe Ramos was the chip leader in this 3-handed battle.
Interesting card.
He lost a huge pot to Robl.
Oh, I get to do it again.
To give him the chip lead.
All you can eat.
Well, all you can eat.
Don't call me with 10 high like the guy from yesterday.
Well, this time, Ramos has picked up a hand.
He has better than 10 high.
Well, this may stop some of the chatter of Robl. Felipe has got the hand he's looking for. Now let's see if it'll stand up for him.
It's 66%, but if he can get it through here, it's game on again for the Brazilian.
Jack.
Well, everybody will have chips if Felipe wins this pot. Well, it comes ace, queen, 10.
It's an ugly flop.
This does give Robl a
9.
two-way straight draw. It's actually a good flop for Robl. And then he can now catch a 9 or a king to win the pot. And there it is. The 9 comes off. Felipe is going to have to catch an ace or a queen to win this pot.
7, 7, 7. Yes!
And a 7 comes off. And that's going to do it for Felipe Ramos. And Jesse, what can you say other than destiny appears to be shining down on Andrew Robl? Unbelievable how he ironed out Felipe Ramos there and before as well.
So sick for Felipe Ramos.
Just yell them out and they come up.
We've just lost Felipe from the table. They came back in, refreshed and ready, but with more shallow chip stacks than we started with obviously yesterday. How did it go out there for you?
Yeah, it didn't go very well for me. Like I lost 2 hands where I was ahead with top pair and the other one with top 2 against straight draws, and both came. That's all right.
Yeah, well, you take it very well. It's difficult though when bad beats happen. Obviously, you're going to go off and play a bit more poker now.
Yes, for sure. Definitely leaning for the next tournaments. Not down at all. I played my best, so I'm happy with my game and willing for the next one.
And that's why we love you. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
A lot of talent in this tournament. A lot of talent at this table, head-to-head, Cantu and Robl. You look at those head-to-head stats. Andrew Robl's got a much bigger stack, but this Brandon Cantu's got a game and a half.
He sure does. Even though Andrew Robl has not quite a 3-1 chip lead over him, don't count out Brandon Cantu. As you said, Jesse, he is a true top-notch poker player.
If Cantu could get a double up, they'd be even in chips if he could get it soon. And then there would be a real game, a real horse race on. Right now, his options are limited, and Robl knows he's got Cantu pegged into a corner.
Well, Robl's going to stay aggressive on the button. He's going to raise it with an 8-5 offsuit. Well, Cantu's got one of those hands that he doesn't even hesitate with. He moves all in. He's going to take it down. You know, some guys would just call there to see a flop. Some guys might even throw that hand away. Brandon understands the dynamics of what's good and what's not, and when to move and when not to.
I'll tell you, from what I've seen of Brandon Cantu's resume, he's gone to plenty of big $1 million tournaments where he is the defending champ. He knows what it feels like.
Well, he's going to come over the top again here, most likely. Well, Brandon Cantu looks at ace, jack of hearts, and he's probably going to come over the top again after Robl's raised on the button. He's gone all in again. Well, he's going to cure Robl from coming in and raising with those weak hands anymore.
Exciting time in the event. Deep strategy considerations go into every hand.
Well, I think Robl better change his strategy of making those small raises on the button. That play is not working. You either have to limp in or be prepared to go for all your chips if you raise on the button against Cantu.
He is, though, Andrew Robl. He is remarkably calm, seems to have a very sure sense of what the right thing to do is here.
He does seem more relaxed than even when we started this final table.
Yeah.
60.
Raise to 60,000.
Well, Cantu going to make some bet other than an all-in bet here. And now
all in.
All in.
And now the all-in chew is on the other foot here. And Cantu with a tough decision as to what to do.
There's drama this hand. It's not an insta-fold.
Well, there is a difference. The difference being that Robl's been making it 90 and Cantu only made this 60. So that changes a couple of things.
This could be it.
Well, Cantu also thinking because I came over the top of him twice, maybe he's just doing that to me, but he looks too confident here. You know, he's singing a song too loud.
I'm behind, it's hard for me to be far behind.
It's uncanny how he knows that.
Call.
Well, he's made the call.
You're good. I figured that's about where we were.
Well, he put him right on that hand.
Hold up.
I mean, really, just incredible to me that Brandon Cantu is willing to gamble here, knowing he's slightly behind.
One more time.
Well, a chance to take the chip lead and a chance to take the chip lead
and
sort of early enough that he can press it.
Spades.
Let's come 9-9-4.
Good flop.
That's no good for Brandon Cantu.
Ace of spades.
Yeah, that would be the best card in the deck for Andrew Robl.
Well,
that ain't
3
bad.
comes off. We're down to the river. Brandon Cantu must catch a king or a 10.
Ace. Ace.
And it's a jack.
Victory!
Well, Andrew Robl very excited to win. You can't blame him.
Good match.
Every key pot, he came out on top. Destiny just on the side of Andrew Robl.
Must be nice to be good to see you, Andrew Robl. He'll be at that final table. He's a handful.
Yeah.
We've lost Brandon Cantu in second place. That does mean that you get to go to the runner-up heap for a second chance to go to the final table, so it's not over yet. Give us your thoughts on Andrew Robl at the table.
My thoughts? I don't know. I don't like him. So I act like I do on TV, but I don't know. I think he's kind of a douche myself. That's just my own opinion.
In terms of the celebration at the table as well?
Yeah, I don't know. I personally don't like it. And I don't know, it's my own opinion, but.
Absolutely fair enough, and you may actually see him at the final. Andrew Robl has blasted his way through this heat and now goes to the final table, so that is very good news for you. How are you feeling?
I feel amazing. This is like the second thing I ever won, and the other one was charity at the Oscars event where I beat a bunch of celebrities, so feels good. The most meaningful victory of my poker career.
Wow, so it does actually mean quite a lot here, and that's great. You're going to be at the final table soon. You must be feeling stoked for that.
Yes, we're going to play for the big money, so I'm excited.
Well, good luck out there, and congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
It's been an action-packed heat here at the World Open 6, and there's plenty more action still to come. Join us next time when we find out who will be the next player to sit down at our final table and be in with a shot of winning some of that $480,000 prize pool at the Palm Beach Casino in London.
I mean, I just feel like I'm beat with this big hand.
Thank you, sir.
You've already made one disgusting slow roll. This better not be another one.
I told you, I already told you what I was going to do.
One of the tightest folds I've ever made.
I'm a big favorite from here.
I told you I'd not be running good.
There wasn't a river, there'd be no fish.
I thought for sure I was good.